Hey everyone, this is Bob
and Tompa
from Better Music, and we are going to take you through the Revv G20 and D20 heads and help you decide which one's right for you. So just a little bit of background. The Revv D20 pretty much changed the landscape of like little lunchbox amplifiers and what was available as far as like features and how it was utilized. A lot of them were just originally were just like almost toy versions of big classic amplifiers that we know.
Yeah.
This out of the gate is a completely different beast. It has like 2 notes integration.
Yeah.
So, you know, for cab sim and things, it's got an internal load, so you don't need a speaker cabinet. It's got all of these really cool features. There's a headphone in, all of this stuff that we're going to touch on and go through. But there was nothing really like this up until the Revv really. I'm trying to think of other examples.
No, so the D20 I think was the first amp with 2 notes integration with XLR out, internal load.
Yeah.
Other amps have done like their own proprietary stuff in the past.
Yeah.
But it's also like you can't load impulse responses into it. It's kind of like limited in how it works, or it's like the own company software. So it's sort of like it doesn't have as much flexibility as the 2 note stuff, which has become an industry standard.
Well, it pretty much is the industry standard. Hey, like, you know, we all, like, I use 2 note stuff at home a lot. I love it. I swear by it. The fact that the amp has 2 note software built, like software functionality and whatnot built into it, is just unreal. Yeah. So I guess the amplifiers themselves, the D20 and the G20 respectively, they share the same housing. They look very, very similar, but they are 2 completely different beasts.
Yes.
So the D20 is I guess kind of aimed at pedalboard platforms and those types of players, I guess.
Yeah. So it's got like it's got a basic kind of clean channel that like works well with all pedals. Like, so I've had one of these amps for maybe about 2 weeks at home, and I was running all kinds of different drives through it.
Fuzz and stuff as well. Like, it's so accepting of pedals, and that's you know, a lot of people talk about pedalboard platforms, and a lot of amps will do it, but not everything. I think, you know, they don't take, you know, they might take distortion well, but they don't take fuzz well because it's so unruly, or, you know.
And I find it's more of a volume thing. Like, so you might have like a very loud, clean amp, but it only takes certain pedals well at a certain gain structure. Yeah. Whereas this, being 20 watts, for one, it's not going to blow your head off.
Yep.
if you're playing at home or something, or even at a gig. But it just works at every gain stage. It seems to work well with pedals, which is very, very rare, I find, in a lot of tube amps.
There's a lot. You can tell there's a lot of homework gone into this amplifier. They've sort of, I guess they've probably asked a lot of questions and answered them all, I think, with the D20. And the fact that it's got that 2 note software integration again, which, you know, we will touch on in future videos, and how to utilize it properly. There's a bunch online as well of how to utilize it properly. But as a recording tool, what a great feature to be able to just, you don't need a speaker cabinet, you just press the internal load button on the back. It's literally a push-in button, and you've got 7 different virtual cabs to choose from, and then you can actually input your own as well. If you've got your own 2 notes Dyne IRs you can buy from their store, or like, I don't know, like, it's hard to describe, because it like, you've got all these different cabinets, all these different ideas that, you know, if you've got a clean sounds generally work, in my opinion, they tend to work better with an open back cabinet.
Yeah.
Like, for lack of a better term, they sound more open.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
But they breathe a bit more. They've got a bit more life about them with a clean sound, but with a high gain sound, you want a closed back sound, because it's got that compression, that oomph,
thickness.
The thickness. Yeah, so being able to choose from and import up to 7 virtual cabinets.
Yeah.
All MIDI foot switchable too.
All MIDI foot switchable, and if like people don't understand the wall of sound 2 notes kind of software, you can actually import those cabs into different rooms.
Yeah.
So a church or a hall. So you can actually with those cabs, you can actually get reverb and adjust mic placement and all those kinds of things.
And the mic, and the thing that I didn't even, I've been using 2Notes for ages, I didn't even realize through MIDI, you can actually turn mics on and off with cabinets as well. So with the 2Notes software, you've actually got up to 2 microphones on the one cabinet, 2 separate microphones, different axes, whatever, however you want to do it. With the MIDI, you can actually turn on and off which mic you want at a foot switch. So at a gig, that is just unreal. Like, what a great, versatile sort of, like,
It gives this, like, this one channel pedal platform amp, multiple sounds. With just cabinets. And, like, over the last couple of years, I've found cabinets are more and more, they are half or even more of the sound.
Oh, like, even just the way speakers interact with the way you play, your pick attack, the pickups, the strings, the tunings, all of these are factors, and the speaker is absolutely crucial to that and how it translates what you're playing. And yeah, with the virtual cabinets, you've got almost endless possibilities as far as what sound you want to project.
So not only is it kind of like a clean platform, it actually has a boost inside it as well if you pull out the gain knob, which gives you that kind of in-between kind of crunch sounds.
It'll help. It helps with particular drive pedals as well. As I was saying, the amp is very accepting of pedals, but some pedals need a little bit of push to get the most out of them. I know, from my experience using rat pedals, they tend to like a little bit, just the tiniest little bit of grit to push it beyond what it is. So that's a great feature. The other thing it's got, and this is again, we're talking about who this is for, who this amplifier is for. It's got a headphone input. So with a headphone input, again, you don't need a cabinet. You can practice late at night with your pedal board. You've got your particular sound you like, and you're not going to upset anyone. So for people living in townhouses, apartments, share houses, those sorts of things, it's a great feature as well. Okay, so the Revv G20.
So basically this is made for the rock metal kind of crowd. It actually has 2 channels that are switchable. The clean channel is very clean and still very usable for pedals, but it doesn't have as much flexibility, EQ and gain structure wise. It's the volume is only control of that.
It does have a wide though.
Yes.
So it kind of, how does it do it? It kind of like...
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
The general EQ of it, it just makes it like, pulls it apart. So it just gives you 2 flexible kind of clean sounds.
Yeah.
So,
Again, that'd be MIDI foot switchable too, for sure. It'd have to be in the settings somewhere. Okay, so channel 2, the gain channel, we've got the classic sort of Revv, the Revv sound, but we've also got those aggression modes, which Revv are known for. So they've got the blue aggression mode and the red aggression mode the latter being the highest gain and the highest saturation, the highest natural harmonic content.
Yeah, so each of those aggression modes, they add gain, but also change the EQ structure slightly. And then, yeah, the second channel is based off the third channel of the G120.
The generator, the big boy.
Yeah, the big one.
The big kahuna. All right, so what we'll do, we'll take you through a couple of playing examples of this one. It's got one thing we will mention as well, the same virtual cabinets, the same headphone in. Both amps have effects loops as well. We didn't mention that with the D20, but it does have an effects loop as well. So we'll just give you a couple of really quick playing examples of this one. And then aggression red. Oi! So another few things that we need to touch on. We've got the Revv cabinet. They have this light dealy kind of built into them. Each of the Revv D20 and G20 heads have the capability to light up the cabinet.
Yeah.
Light it up!
Yeah, so basically like how it is on the amp,
Yep.
it'll be lit up on the cabinet as well.
Great look on stage, or if you're doing video content.
Yeah. And they
So we couldn't find the cable, we couldn't do it, but it's there. It does work.
They have it on all their cabs, the 112, the 212, and the 412.
And the 412, yeah, and all of their amps power it. You know, they all do it. So
also, you've got a power switch on both of these that can go from 20 to 4 watts.
Yep.
4 watts is just like perfect for home.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the basically enough power to. You need enough power to move the speaker, but like
it's not going to upset everyone.
No, it's like just the perfect like home volume.
You got little ones in the house, or you live in a house with shift workers or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a key feature there.
And any quieter than that, you just go the headphone.
Yeah,
or
exactly
XLR out.
Yep. And one other really cool thing is that all of the Revv amps ship with their own like really, really good quality carry bag. And some sweet lollies, but more so the carry bag than anything else. They've all got this amazing carry bag that they come with them. So even the little ones do it, the D20 and the G20, as well as the big kahuna.
But even like, I know there's a lot of other lunchbox amps that might have bags, but they actually have to have a hole for the handle. They came up with a handle that folds.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like...
It's the little things, right?
Yeah,
yeah, it's the little things. Now, we're big fans of these amps, and we're super stoked to have them in store. If you have any questions or anything you want to know about the amplifier, hit us up. The usual channels. Give us a call. Come and see us in store. Hit us up at sales@bettermusic.com.au. Get us on live chat on www.bettermusic.com.au. Make sure to hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel so you get notifications when we do new content. Thanks, Tompa.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, rock on.